Welcome to From Beyond with your host, Glenn Boddice. Join me as we explore spirituality, self-help, and channeling spirit. Hello and welcome to From Beyond with your host, Glenn Boddice, spiritual medium. Thank you for joining a very action-packed episode. And I'm very excited about this one because we're going to be talking about being peace. And I say we because I'm joined with my marvelous co-host all the way from the USA. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Mrs. Kristina Bloom. How are you doing, Kristina?
I am well, Glenn. How are you?
Excellent. I'm fair to meddling, as we say over here.
Yeah, fair to meddling. Okay.
Not too bad. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Awesome.
So what have you been up to recently?
Oh, I just did a 2-day pagan festival in in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And it was very interesting. It was there was a bunch of psychics, a bunch of vendors that were there, and also many speakers. My friend Patty Negri was there, and she did a seance.
Wow. How did that go?
Friday night? I don't know because I didn't go. I was tired after driving all day. I went to sleep.
Darn it.
But she always does such an amazing job. And so there was just so much bouncy energy in the room. I don't have another word to describe it. Like there was a really cool dog. I think I was telling you about Vinny before we went on the air. He's to help a lady who's got some physical issues. And why can't I think of this word? It drives me crazy when I do that.
Like a guide dog, assistance dog?
Yeah, like an assistant dog. Yeah. And
is it on the payroll?
Yes, apparently he gets paid in like Scooby snacks or something. I don't know, but he was a really cool dog.
Deal,
doesn't it? And somebody was there with their polydactyl Mancoon cat.
Try saying that when you've had a couple of beers.
Right? Yeah, he had the cat had 4 extra toes.
Wow.
Yeah, or a total of 24 toes, so that's more than a couple of extra. Anyway, it was very cool.
Here's me complaining about getting a little loving scratch on my hand.
Oh, right.
Can you imagine getting all those with all
24 24 claws?
Freddy Krueger's grabbed hold of you or something.
Yeah, but he was a really sweet cat. And it was just really good energy and really good camaraderie and everyone having a great time. And they had a bunch of speakers, a bunch of classes. There was somebody was teaching classes on how to make poppets, the little dolls, little spirit dolls.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't go to any of the classes because I was working. I was doing readings. So
of course, yeah. So this is where you need a virtual assistant to record them. So when you're back home, you can catch up.
I can catch up. Yes. Yeah. I think it's about time to get a road assistant. I'm not, I'm kind of putting that out there. Yeah. A travel partner, somebody to do events with. Yeah.
Well, if I lived closer, I would be riding shotgun and we take it in turns with the driving, although I would be pooping my pants driving on the opposite side of the road. I'd be like, oh,
I was almost doing that when you were driving on the opposite side of the road.
I remember when a hedgerow came near you.
Yes, it was whoo, near it was this far from my face. Yeah, but that was a lot of fun. That was
definitely.
I tell people about that, and I'm like, I got the chance to road trip with Glenn Boddice. That was the best thing ever. That was amazing.
And you didn't once complain about the smell or the choice of music.
I did not. Well, the choice of music, you played everything.
Yeah, it is a bit random, isn't it?
I love that it was so random because it's not like you just had one band or one genre, it was all kinds of different kinds. It was awesome.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had a wonderful weekend. It sounds epic what
Yeah.
you've been doing. I was fascinated
Yeah.
when he was talking about poppets, and I think that's a show in itself. I'd love to dive deep
Yeah.
into some of those crafts, ancient crafts, if we can at
Yeah.
some stage. Mm.
Yeah. That means I'm gonna have to learn some things about it.
Well, me
'Cause I
too.
don't know.
As soon
Yeah,
as
I
you
don't.
mentioned it, my ears went,
Yeah.
"Ooh, interesting, Mr. Bond."
Yeah. Yeah. So what were you up to this weekend?
This weekend, it's been a combination of things, really. I've been working pretty flat out these last few weeks, and there's been a big interest at the moment in trance development and teaching. And so I've been doing a
Okay.
lot of sessions and also private sessions. So you can imagine the energy that's coming in. It's taking it galactic now. So it's
Mm-hmm.
and bringing through sound healing as well, which is really, really intense. So I've been kind of doubled up this week in order because I'm going away for 4 days. Well, this week, that was last week. So I've
Yes.
had to make up for not working on those days in one
Mm-hmm.
week. So, yeah, I was doing that and out with the band as well. And that just fuels my soul. I absolutely love that performing, singing,
Yeah.
and just that whole experience. I was saying to one of the guys, I like the feeling because it's like as if you're part of a circus, and like the circus is coming to town. It puts on this show and everything, and it changes the mood in the area, and then it leaves the place a little bit better than it was before. But it
Mm-hmm.
takes all of its paraphernalia with it, and I just love that. There's a romantic sort of,
Yeah.
just a nice vibe about it. So I enjoyed that. And then,
Yeah.
of course, as I like to call them, my Cinderfella jobs. This is where I get no help from my daughters, and I'm there hoovering, vacuuming, as you know it,
Mm-hmm.
washing clothes, ironing clothes, and it's never ending. It's like, when
Yeah.
will this ever end? I'm like that, and then finally, when it does, I'm a gibbering wreck. Just TV on, and I'm like, I
Okay,
can't process.
Cinderfella, why aren't you bringing in the birds and the wild animals to help you clean your house?
Well, we've had some little furry friends before, and they weren't
Oh,
welcome visitors. So I
oh,
don't
well,
want
that's
them.
different.
I don't want them back.
No, no.
But yes, it would be nice. Maybe a little housemaid or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm not stereotyping a houseman or whatever uh,
whatever. Yes,
that can come and do the dishes and take the burden of some of life's admin away from me. That would be amazing. But
that would be
unfortunately, until
lovely.
that
Yes.
point, it's Muggins here that has to do it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So that's been my week, really, just doing that and
Awesome.
teaching and working with clients and, as you know,
Mhm.
preparing for talks. And I've got some in-person talks coming up as well. So I've got to organize that. Um,
Excellent.
and I seem to be getting really busy with the in-person party booking readings where I
Love
travel
it.
to the person's or the individual's home or
Hmm.
their property, and I do an evening of readings with them. And so, yeah, that's getting pretty booked up. So, yeah, there's just not enough days in the week at the moment, if I'm
Yeah.
honest. That was a long answer, wasn't it?
That's all
So,
right. That is a perfect answer because that is exactly answering the question that I asked you. So that is
true,
perfect.
true. You're far too kind.
Yes.
So, let's talk about today's topic. We're talking about being peace. Hmm.
Yeah.
Let's dive into that. So let's start
Oh,
by saying that continually it is suggested that we aspire to be like the collective, fitting
no,
in.
no,
No, we don't want that.
no.
We're not those sort of people. You're tuning into
Oh,
the wrong show if that's what you're after.
that feels like wearing somebody else's clothes that are too small. Ugh,
Oh,
no.
ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, I don't like that. No,
No, no, it's not a good fit, is it?
no, no.
Especially for free
Yeah,
spirits. So
yeah.
that's continually like we're encouraged to be that way, aren't we?
Right.
And
Go along to get along.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And for
yeah.
free-spirited people like yourself and myself, like you say,
Mhm.
it's a tight fit. That's not peaceful at all, is it? It's
No,
like
it's
uncomfortable.
restrictive. Yeah, uncomfortable. It feels inauthentic, if I'm
Great choice
going
of
to use a
words.
word. Yeah, it
Yes.
feels inauthentic. And I mean, we are probably two of the craziest people on the planet when it comes to just being a free spirit. And
Oh, yes.
I love that. That's why it was so much fun traveling together, because we're both pretty much like that. And I know you kept telling yourself that you were bossy boots,
Yeah.
but you weren't. You were so in the moment and just right there and running with it. And I think that when we can be like that, that's where joy comes from.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
You know?
You've earned
Yeah.
some brownie points already by saying that, so
Oh,
thank
well,
you.
thank you.
I'll pay you later.
Awesome.
But have you noticed also some of the feelings that come up? So you can feel agitated when you're being forced into a position of somebody else's opinion on how you should be. You can feel exhausted. It can be incredibly draining,
And
sapping.
enraging.
Oh yes, yeah, you can get angry, can't you? I mean,
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no,
yeah, I've
no,
been
you're
through this
spot on.
recently, and
Okay, tell us more.
and um with a medical issue, I've been through this,
Okay.
where other people are telling me what I should be doing and how I should be feeling and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, you're not living in this body, I am.
Oh, I like it.
Don't tell me how to feel. If I want to
Yes.
be angry about this, I'm going to be angry about this. And I'm going to work through those feelings. And I would just like to say that, it's healthy to do that. It is healthy to feel your feelings and let them
Mhm.
move through and process them, because we have spent too many generations on this planet not doing that. And look where we are.
Exactly. And I think
Yeah.
you hit a chord there when you said let them move through rather than
Yeah.
holding on to them and saying,
Yeah.
this is my problem. No, let it move. It's an experience. Let it move
Yes.
through you. It's not
Let it
yours
move
to hold
through.
on to. And I like that.
But it's also allowing yourself to feel it while you're letting it move through. It's not about
Yes.
bypassing it.
No,
It's
because it,
about,
it will come back if you don't.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And usually with a vengeance. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. But it can put you in that fight or flight mode as well, can't it?
Hmm.
I mean, if you work for a company and they expect certain things from you, I mean, yes, we have to toe the line to a degree,
Right.
but don't let that define you,
Hmm.
and it can make you angry, frustrated. It can make your adrenaline pump up to the point
Oh,
where you
yeah.
feel absolutely exhausted. You may have had plans after work. Right, I'm going to do this as my time. I'm going to be doing this. As soon as you get home, ugh, you've got no energy because you've been fight or flight mode all day.
Right. This kind of feeds into the last show that we did together about energy vampires,
Oh, of
you
course.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. Nice
because
segue.
a work situation can definitely be an energy vampire, just having the situation there without attaching it to a person.
Mm,
Anything that steals your energy, right? So, yeah, can definitely do that.
So all of
Yeah.
these things add up, don't they? And
Hmm.
I think if we allow people to be, well, that's probably the wrong choice of words. That's me and my bossy boots ways there, being a Capricorn. I'll allow you
Yep.
to feel that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Is
My
like,
husband, who's also a Capricorn, by the way, I tell him that, oh, yeah, thanks for permission to feel how I feel. Appreciate it.
yeah, we're good at giving permission to people.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just making people aware at this stage, all of
Hmm.
those telltale signs to look out for if you are
Right.
witnessing what we're describing to you. Maybe it's time to get the drawing board out, so to speak, and redesign your life to what suits you, to
Yeah.
things that don't stress you out. Because the pressures mount up in our
Yeah.
lives, don't they? There's so much that we have to. There's the life admin, the bills, keeping a roof over our head, food, family. That's
Hmm.
not to mention the work, after work
Right.
activities and all of that. They can
Right.
build up. So if we're aware that they are causing disharmony,
Hmm.
then we can then observe that and make changes where we can then align with our peace.
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
So this
And
is the
sometimes,
interesting.
yeah, this is the interesting part. In an
It is
understanding, it's a process.
like that.
It's a process. Give yourself some grace for the process.
Oh, I like that. Give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
let's.
channeling right now, just so you know. I mean, like all this stuff is just coming through.
It's good. It's good. Keep on doing. Keep that connection flowing.
Yeah.
So, how do we go about doing that? I'm gonna, as I always like to do,
Yeah.
push you
Throw
under the
me under the
bus.
bus. Yeah, gonna throw me right under the bus.
Of course, I am.
And I think just being able to be quiet with yourself
Okay.
is so important, because I think that so many of us, or at least I've observed, not only in myself, but with other people too, we don't make time to sit quietly. We might make time to sit and watch TV. We might make time to sit and watch TikTok videos or YouTube, but yeah, I know I called him out. Sorry. Um, but do we take the time to sit quietly? And really that's where we can get in touch with our own souls, where we can get in touch with our upper soul, or what do they call it, higher soul, where we can get in touch with our spirit guides, with our ancestors, with our god or goddess, whatever it is you believe in. But you can't do that if you're not quiet and sitting quietly. And maybe it's not even sitting quietly. Maybe it's walking quietly.
Mm.
Maybe it's canoeing quietly. Maybe it's driving with the radio off and just being with yourself, but taking that time to be alone with ourselves is so important when it comes to being at peace.
Please
There.
take a bow. That was beautifully put.
Thank you.
No, you raised some very important points there. Um, being on your own, being at peace with you, with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of people, I'm not judging, just an observation, find it difficult to do that because of
Yeah.
all the emotions, all of the, shall we say, elements from their past comes up to haunt them. At least that's their perception of it. And so they keep themselves busy with social activities, with doing things, keep on doing, keep on moving,
Mm-hmm.
the distractions, because they're frightened of what they're going to have to face. They don't want to face that. But in
Right.
actual fact, it's a gift, isn't it? In strange wrapping paper. And like
It
you
is.
say, if you just maybe turn that radio off, go for a
Mm-hmm.
drive, just take a look and observe your surroundings, look at the landscape. I mean, that in
Mm-hmm.
itself brings you peace when you connect with
Yes,
nature, doesn't it?
it
So,
does.
yeah, not being afraid of confronting yourself in a loving way.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, just observe and notice what comes up to the surface.
Right.
And there'll be a lot of things that you haven't maybe thought about for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be like, oh, that's not as bad as I thought. Actually, I'm not that person anymore. So why would I hold that belief system, that energy within me that's been causing me stress and that's been causing me to avoid going within for such a long
Mm-hmm.
time when it's not as bad as what I originally thought? Oh,
Right.
this is quite healing. So, yeah, you made
Yeah.
some really interesting points with that. We can move through this process. I mean, people talk about meditation, and it is good,
Mm-hmm.
but I agree what you say, sitting in the silence, or as they say, sitting in the power,
Mm-hmm.
where there's no distractions, there's no sound, and with
Right.
focusing on the breath work.
The
Again,
breath
people go,
work.
breath work? What? I'm breathing now. Oh. No, it's a different, because we function every day and we're like on that fight or flight mode. And we're like, without realizing, we're,
Very shallow breathing. Yeah.
yes. And
Yeah.
it's when you
Yeah.
focus on the breathing, do the breath work, your reality changes and your perception of it does. And this is where you can match that vibration of your heart, slow down, be the observer of these emotional, mental experiences that you're going through.
Can you go into depth on how to be the observer?
Yes, it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
It is a process, and it's where you don't attach your consciousness to either side of the fence. So if you have a thought, for example, about yourself, why are you doing that for? Why are you wearing those clothes for? Now, usually when you're not the observer, you would have a belief around that and you'd say, oh, it'd be like a frightened little boy or girl. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. And you'd latch your vibration and attention onto that thought. Or, if you're thinking another thought that's, I don't need to go to that family party because nobody likes me there as well. And you think that, you're missing out on a wonderful opportunity for not going, but you also formulate that attachment to that thought and that belief system, which stops you from going. So being a third party observer is you're noticing the thoughts that are in your head and you're saying, that's interesting, but you're not going to invest your attention in them because you have a stronger self-belief system and you know that you are not that thought. You know that you are worthy, you are deserving. And it's sort of just as if you're watching a tennis match with your brain, this thought, that thought, this thought, that, and you're just watching it like that. You're not investing your energy directly to it and you're just aware of it. And instead, you choose something that feels better to you. Or you focus your thoughts on something that brings you joy in your heart. So that's how you become the third party observer. But it does take a lot of practice because I believe we've all been programmed to a level that's just the way how things are. Yes, blah, blah, blah. Think that. Attach yourself to this. And you have to kind of, it is quite a shock to the system when you come out of that and you're a third party observer. Now, meditation, and again, it's people roll their eyes when you say that.
Yeah.
But that discipline will help you get into that level of being a third party observer.
Yeah. I like to offer like a visual for that sometimes with people.
Yeah.
Because they can't figure out how to do it on their own. So I offer this visual of being a hawk and lifting yourself out and looking at it from a distance. Like pull yourself out emotionally and look at it from a distance. And sometimes that helps people become a third party observer because they have a way to visualize it.
I like that. Yes.
So just a thought.
It's a great technique. Yeah.
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 Be a bird, whatever bird you want. I like hawk. So you can be a hummingbird if you want to, but I don't know how clear you're going to get, because they move really fast.
They do. I've never seen one up in real life, in person.
Oh, wow.
I believe they're about the size of your thumb, about that big, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty tiny. Yeah, and they're very fast. They buzz you. I mean, it sounds like a big bee when it goes past you, like,
Whoa.
Like, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
We have them here in Wisconsin. So
do you really?
I've been seeing hummingbirds my whole life. Yeah. So whatever bird you want to choose, though, you can just pull yourself out and pretend like you're seeing it from a bird's eye view from the outside. And that helps people sometimes emotionally detach.
Miss, can I be Big Bird from Sesame Street,
You
please?
may be whatever bird you want to be.
Oh, thank you.
Now I want to see you in a Big Bird costume.
Oh, you don't. Trust me. Oh, can you imagine the guy that did that? I saw diagrams. He spent his entire career with one arm up in the air and one arm down here, and one arm operating a flap. That sounds wrong. A wing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
I bet his chiropractor was rubbing his hands. Oh, yeah. Coming in, sir. Let's help you with that.
Yes.
That arm
Let's
of
do
yours.
some physio on that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Oh
love
my
that
goodness.
technique. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, and of course, visualizing and using symbology is a great way, isn't it? Where we can just snap out of whatever we're thinking. We
Hmm.
just think of an image straight away. We're out of it. We're out of that thought.
Right. And for those who have difficulty with visual, because not everyone can visualize, some people just don't for some reason. They just don't. But you can use auditory the same way. Like you can just, like, um,
Make a duck noise. Quack, quack. You're a
quack, quack.
bird.
But with, yeah, right. There you go. But with some people, what I have told them is like, if you're not visual, try auditory and just put on earmuffs so you can't hear the noise, right? So just visualize earmuffs to block out the internal brain noise.
Oh, I like that. Yes.
So, I try to work with how people work because not everyone works the same way.
What about
So,
elevator music? I mean, if that doesn't bore you to death and take you
right?
out your thought, like
Oh,
boom,
that'll do it.
boom, boom, music that doesn't go anywhere, but it's just
Yeah.
there. So you have to
It's,
ignore that to, and
yeah,
then you ignore the
right.
thoughts.
Right. You
Yeah.
just think of the thoughts as elevator music and just, like you would normally ignore it.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Yeah.
where I do as you know a part-time role as well as the work that
Mhm.
I'm doing self-employed. Um, wow, that takes a lot of discipline because there is three radios playing three different channels all at
Oh
the same
my
time,
goodness.
and you've got
Yeah.
noise from the production work and everything going off. And so you have to really dig in deep and dial out all of those sounds. And sometimes when people, because you're so intense of dialing out all of those sounds, when people say something to you, you're like, "Oh, was he talking to me?" Because you're so
Right.
dialed out, and wow,
I get that. I can see
yeah.
that. I can see that. Absolutely.
So yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Mm. So aligning
Yeah.
the mind, body, and spirit, as you know
Yeah.
yourself, when we are aligned, we feel energetic, we feel
Hmm.
peaceful, we feel confident. A lot of those
Hmm.
insecurities have has left us. We have. Um, it's almost as if somebody has turned the Wi-Fi back on, isn't
Yeah.
it? Using that
It is.
analogy, when we're
Yeah.
aligned, mind, body, and spirit, we function better, we flow
Hmm.
better.
We do. We do. It's getting in that alignment, though, that can take practice. That can take learning techniques. That can take, because I think that a lot of people we've been taught from, like, I don't know, in this country it's kindergarten. I don't know what time when kids start school there, but it's around 5 years old.
Yeah.
Um, how not to be in alignment. We are taught how not to be in alignment with ourselves from very small child on. We are taught to be in alignment with whatever authority is in the room, right? So,
Yes.
teacher, preacher, whatever. That's what we're taught to be in alignment with. So, when we get to this point in our lives where we want to be in alignment with ourselves, how do we do that? And it really comes down to making a choice, first of all, deciding to do it. I'm going to get into alignment with my own spirit, with my own self, and stop doing things that insult my soul.
It's deep. I like that.
Yeah, that's kind of a, I don't know who is channeling through me today, but they're on target.
Yeah,
They
that is
are.
beautifully put.
Yeah. When we realize that if something doesn't feel right, we need to investigate that. We need to know if this doesn't feel right, why doesn't it feel right? And how can I make it different so that I feel right?
I like that. And that connects in with going within and holding space for yourself, where you have that
Yes.
time for reflection and you can ask those questions
Right.
and be that third party observer. I love that.
Yeah.
Great
And there's so many
advice.
techniques. There are so many techniques to do that, right? So there's automatic writing,
Yes, beautiful.
you know. There are people who like to doodle or do art, and that helps them get into alignment with themselves. You create music, that helps you get into alignment with yourself. I mean, it's like your face changes when the word music is said. Like it
Really?
just relaxes. It relaxes. It's like because that's your that's
You take the wheel from here.
yeah.
You said
Yeah.
music.
You said music. But I have seen you when you're in that creative mode
Okay.
and you are in alignment and you're just peace right there. At peace right there in that moment. And it's what brings you into the moment. For some people, it's building things, people with wood shops or whatever, or,
Yeah.
like to tinker with cars or, do whatever it is. What brings you peace? What gets you in the moment so that you are in alignment with yourself? And I think that there are just so many different ways to do it, but people don't stop and think, am I in alignment with myself? If you're stressed out and you're running around, excuse the expression, but like a chicken with your head cut off, with no direction and you're not at peace. You're not in alignment with yourself. So what brings you into alignment? And I think, I know people who crochet or knit or,
Mm.
whatever it is. Sometimes for me, if I am like I just can't quite get into alignment with myself, I have a mandala coloring book and colored pencils, and I will just sit down and color a mandala or,
Wow.
do something like that. And it brings me back into focus with myself. And, if you can find something like that that helps you to do that, it makes life so much easier and being at peace so much easier. And I feel like I've been standing on a soapbox for a while. So your turn.
You haven't indeed. No, I'm fascinated with what you're channeling through there. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Just touching upon what you said there about me personally, when I'm at peace, when I'm creating music, producing music,
Mhm.
one thing that I have observed, I'm so engulfed in it. I'm so like dialed into it and enjoying it that
Mhm.
much. It's going to sound ridiculous, but I forget to breathe. And
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm producing this bar. I'm going, probably 16 bars without breathing of this musical composition. And
Wow.
then I start to notice that, well, why am I getting a headache? I've only been doing this for, half an hour. And then oh, that's it. I haven't breathed. And then
Oxygen.
I was feeling the
Oxygen.
tightening of the chest. Do you ever have something like that when you're doing something that brings you joy? You mentioned the mandala coloring books and
Right. Or
art.
yeah, or when I'm hiking or whatever, I mean, there are so many different ways that I get into because I'm kind of one of those people. It's like squirrel, so I'm like off and running. So to bring myself back to center. But the
Yeah.
thing that like you said, you forget to breathe. I tend to forget to eat. Like if I'm
Oh,
really engrossed in something, it doesn't occur to
yeah.
me that I should probably eat something until I'm feeling a little nauseous or I'm getting a headache because I
Yeah.
haven't eaten or drank water or whatever. It's what I just don't want to set down my pencils and go do that, right? So I forget. I forget to eat.
Oh my goodness. There is a burning question that's probably on everybody's curious mind right now.
Uh-huh.
And everybody's visualizing you coloring these mandala coloring books. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know about everybody else, but I'm just seeing you with your tongue out,
Uh, I hope not.
coloring.
I hope not. I don't think my tongue is hanging out.
That's a
Usually,
relief.
I mean, at some point though, I take my glasses off so I can get like really close in because some of them have like
Oh,
really tiny little spaces to color,
that's
and
when you
zoom
mean
right
business,
in.
is it?
Yeah, that's when I mean
When the
business.
glasses come off.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of quitting breathing, let's revisit breath work and talk about how that actually works because if you're not getting oxygen, you're not going to feel good, right? If you're low on oxygen because
No,
you're not
you feel like enthused by the work that you're doing, but exhausted
right,
at the same time. You're like, why am I
right.
exhausted? Duh, you've got to breathe.
Yeah, right. And counted breath. I think counted breath is one of the first
Mm,
meditative things that I learned how to do. Inhale for 5, hold for 5, exhale for 5, hold
yes.
empty for
Yeah.
5. And it's a count of 5. It doesn't have to be 5 seconds. It's certainly not 5 minutes. We don't want people passing out all over the place. But just pick a number and breathe in. hold for the same number, exhale for the same number, control your breathing, and then yawn.
Like that. Good
Like that.
example. Do you find when you're counting and visualizing those numbers in your third eye,
Yeah,
that helps to quieten the mind and all of that?
it
Do
does.
they call it the monkey mind? It calms
The
it
monkey
down and we
mind.
don't attach to it. So we're focused. We're giving the mind something to dial into,
Right.
take it from all of that nonsense and that noise
Right.
in conjunction with the breath work.
Right. And we call it breath work because you're doing it consciously. You're
Yes.
focused on it. That's why it's breath work. And there are so many different ways to do breath work for so many different things. But that's a show all by itself because there's a lot to really diving deep into breath work, right? So, but just that simple one, just doing it that way, just that number, making sure that you hold in and then hold empty, it really brings focus
Mm.
to what you're doing.
You've just triggered a childhood memory going back to when I was probably about 6,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting. When I was younger, I used to have asthma, so issues with the
Okay.
breathing, and I had to get monitored at the hospital and everything. And they did a test where you had to put like a cardboard tube in your mouth, and you had to take a big deep breath and then blow as hard as you can, and it
Yes.
registered the pressure, the air pressure that you
Yeah.
emitted. Well, I remember I just got that triggered feeling that after I did that, I just felt a sense of uh, release, and
Yeah.
feeling really comfortable. And going to the appointment, being a child of 6 years old, I was very anxious, very nervous, and just by
Right.
that set me right down. It calmed me straight down, even though they were, observing my breath work. Yeah.
Right.
So thank you for that.
You're
I'd forgotten
welcome.
all about that.
See, you learned how to do it as a child.
Yes, I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
So, grounding as well. Grounding is very important, isn't it?
Hmm.
Where being at peace is concerned.
Right.
There's lots of techniques we can talk about. And straight away, I'm going to throw you under the bus again.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. You like it under there anyway, don't you?
I do. I do. I'll just fix the transmission while I'm here. But uh, what was the question again?
Grounding, the importance of
Grounding.
grounding and
Yeah.
techniques that we can embody
Yeah.
to be more present, more grounded.
Right. Sometimes, wow, see, now you got me yawning. What the heck? All right. When spirit moves through me a lot, I
Your
tend to
breath
yawn.
working.
It's like how yeah, get
Okay.
rid of the excess. Um, since there has been so much the last couple of years, especially with the shifting of the earth and the moving of the earth and the vibrational changes in the earth and the Schumann resonance and all of this stuff, right? I have been grounding to the sun. I've been like pulling energy from the sun down through my chakras and grounding that into the earth. And somehow that helps me to do that. Another way that you can do it if you want to ground to the earth is to imagine growing roots down from the bottoms of your feet down into the earth and wrapping around, rocks and tree roots and whatever. Um, or just go all the way down to the center of the earth and imagine a crystal cavern. That's one of the ways that you can do it. But one of the most key ways that I learned about grounding was it's not about the earth. It's about not being in my own body. So grounding into my body. So doing something where I'm using my five senses,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes it's drinking water or eating, sometimes, even just combing my hair or, you know, um, I don't know. I have this wonderful massager thing that I put on my neck to help with the tension. And sometimes that will just ground me back into my body because then you're feeling your body. So you want to be able to ground your soul into your body, and our entire soul is not going to fit into our bodies. We're just way too big for that. But feeling like you're present in your own life, that is grounding. So however that works for you. Eating something you enjoy. Chocolate is really grounding, as since you
Oh,
brought it
I'm
up
glad you
before.
said that. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
One of my
dark
five,
chocolate.
one of my 5 a day.
One of your 5 a day. Dark chocolate is
Okay.
grounding.
Yeah.
Milk chocolate is not grounding. That's all sugar. But dark chocolate is grounding. Eating something like almonds or pecans or walnuts, something like that. Uh, you know, things like that. Drinking water, cold water, especially, is very grounding. Thing just to get you in touch with your body, get you feeling like you're inside of your body.
Some great tips there. Yeah, I would say as well, just to add to that, one of the, if you have the time, because a lot of people say, I haven't got time, I'm busy, and all of this. And I would say nature, just
Mm-hmm.
taking some time out where you can maybe sit on a park bench. You don't even have to go do any
Yeah.
walking. Just sit there and, like you say, use all of your physical senses, listen to the bird song.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful in itself. Feel the breeze, just gently moving your
Right.
hair across your face. Obviously,
Yeah.
to me, it's the eyebrows that move. Um, and then, just visually being so engaged at all the different textures and colors that are presenting themselves to you, and just being a sense of awe, that can pull you back into body. But then
Yes.
again, having just said that statement,
Uh-huh.
and I'm sure you've experienced it, if you ever look at moving water like the ocean
Mm-hmm.
or a river, flowing river, that can take you out of body, can't it? Because you can feel
Oh, it sure can.
entranced and
Yes.
enthralled by watching it. And you're like,
Another thing that pulls me out of body is like watching a campfire.
oh, yes, fire. Yes.
Yeah, it
The
kind of
way it
pulls me out of,
dances. Yeah.
yeah. And the way the coals, when the heat moves through them and they look different colors and shapes, and that just kind of
Yeah.
takes me out of body too. And now that you brought up water, I mean, just get in the shower, that'll bring you back in your body.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly cold ones.
Yes.
That doesn't wake you up. I don't know what will.
Yeah.
In fact, again, you're triggering all these memories within me. You're taking me back to being about probably 15 now.
Okay.
And you know what teenagers are like. They're very tired, very sleepy. Oh, no, I'm having a lie in and all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even though I had school at that particular time, I still wanted to lie in. And my mum would shout up the stairs, come on, let's have your breakfast is downstairs.
Oh, did she have a squirt bottle?
Uh, well, she used a cup of cold water.
Ah,
She
that'll
gave
do
me
it.
3 opportunities, and well, no, it was 2 opportunities. And after that, she came marching up, and I was just like, oh, in between the noddy land, sleep off,
Yes.
awake. The next minute, cold water in the face. That got me
Oh,
straight
wow.
up. What are you doing? Of course, I had long hair back then, so
Yes.
I'd have to dry all my hair and sort, and that would wake me up. So yeah, water definitely gets you in your physical body. That got me
It sure
awake.
can. That
Yeah.
works. Yeah, yeah. I was just looking at our notes here and being around positivity, being around positive energy, positive people,
Mm,
that can be helpful too.
it
Or
can be.
even just listening to something positive, you know.
Yeah. I mean, look at yourself and myself having this conversation. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't know if anybody else observes it, but we kind of have a glow about us when we're together.
Yeah.
We align. We feel at peace. There's
Yes.
no competition here. We're just
No,
together. We're oneness, and yeah. It's a beautiful feeling, isn't it, when you
it
meet
is.
like-minded souls and you connect, and you can just feel comfortable and at peace that, yeah, you're amongst
Mhm.
your community. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
It is like-minded souls and likes how I was just going to say it actually backwards, like-souled minds, where it's not just about what we think, it's about the energy we carry and the resonation between peoples, you know, when we resonate with somebody and the energy clicks, it feels good.
It does. Yeah.
It feels good.
you can't hold back that smile, can you, for long when
No.
you're in that vibration?
Right. Right.
But like you said, positivity can also be anything. When you've been to the
Yeah.
theater or you've watched a live band, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you thought, oh, initially you were thinking, oh, I've got to get that bus, I've got to drive to that gig, and I've got to do this, and I've got to. You put all of these negative things in front of yourself, but once you get there and you enjoy the performance, you come away
Mm-hmm.
from that performance. I'm speaking as a punter and
Mm-hmm.
as a performer here because it works two
Yeah.
sides. But you come away from that feeling, elated, high, if you like, high on
Mm-hmm.
life, and all of your troubles and worries have just left your vibration entirely.
Right.
Again, being around positivity.
Right.
Artwork can have that effect, can't it? When you go and see pieces of art, they can move you to tears in a beautiful way. The
Right.
energy that someone's used to create that piece. Again, positive, channeling through positive energy through them as a vessel and bringing the world of the unseen into the world of the seen. That can be, yeah, a beautiful experience.
It can. And excuse me, the events that I do on weekends,
Oh, of
you know,
course.
by the
It's,
end of the event,
yeah,
I mean, I can't remember the last time I left an event feeling anything but positive. Like I always leave like there's so much love in the room, and we're all a bunch of huggers, right? So we're always hugging each other, and
yeah,
you hug everybody in the room before you leave, or at least the ones that and
yeah.
that just builds positivity. And people are like, how can you drive home after an event? Aren't you exhausted? No, because I just got 20 hugs. I've just been fed. I'm good.
Just being fed.
You
Love it.
I'm good. I'm good to go. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I imagine. Yeah, you've got that high vibe about you, haven't you? And
hmm
the energy's there. A lot of people that are coming to these events are purposely going to them because they align with that subject or what's
yeah,
happening there. So a wonderful community in itself, isn't it?
right. Just having community
Mm.
is
And
is an event. Yeah.
yeah, being part of something. I
hmm
think that's a key point, isn't it? With
Yeah.
being around positivity, being part of something bigger than yourself
Exactly.
in a loving
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we all want that, don't we? We all want to be liked and appreciated. So if we can be around people, events, or whatever that can help
Right.
us stay in that, yeah, so all the better, isn't it?
Absolutely. It is. It absolutely is. I keep bumping something here.
I wondered what that noise was. I thought we
Yeah,
had a
that's my
hamster in my headphones.
no, that's my phone. Sorry.
Okay,
Um, well, that's where my notes are is on my phone. So
okay,
I didn't print them because I'm out of ink in my printer. So, um, but I love this, the music, the art, the expression, the community,
yeah.
all of that coming together. It's such a wonderful thing, and in also embodying non-judgment,
Oh,
right?
that's a subject in itself, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How many shows do we have here? Like four now?
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to throw you under the bus.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, your
It'll be a
turn.
tight fit, but I'll give it a go. So, yeah, embodying non-judgment. I mean, it's so easy, isn't it, to get caught up in
Yeah.
that. You've only got to switch the TV on, and you're watching a show. Oh, I don't like that. Look at what they're wearing. Have you heard their language? Instantly, we're being pulled into that perspective of
Mhm.
judgment, aren't we? And it's
Right.
same with school, with work, out in public. We're often making comparisons, them and us, and that separation comes into the foreground, doesn't it? Oh, that's
Yeah.
peculiar. They sound a bit different to myself. I wonder where they're
hmm
from. And it's just allowing things to be what they are. And I think
Right.
when we remove ourselves from the process of trying to control it so that we feel comfortable with these differences, if you
Right.
know what I'm saying, and just it is what it is. Just accept it. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got their own choice and their free
Yes.
will. So allow them to operate on that, and just you focus on you, not in a selfish
Mm-hmm.
way. Focus on you about how you can be better than you were yesterday,
Right.
rather than being better than anybody else or other people being beneath you. Be better
Right.
than you were yesterday, and focus on that. And that will expand your vibration, your consciousness. And it does take some practice, because
Mm-hmm.
even now you do find yourself slipping. And it's usually when you're tired, or when you know, you're kind of being vibrationally aligned with the collective, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, look, have you seen that show? Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Yes, it is terrible. And you find yourself joining in, to
Mm-hmm.
form a conversation. So sometimes you have to pause before you respond. Oh, yeah, it's all right. Do you know what I mean? Just amend your, shall we call it, knee jerk opinion.
Right.
Because you're taking, in essence, you're taking yourself out of your peace.
Mm-hmm.
You're embroidering yourself, is such a term, into drama.
Yeah.
And
And who
that's not where,
needs that? That's
yeah,
exhausting.
peace doesn't live there where there's drama, does it?
No. Drama's exhausting. Oh my
So,
goodness.
what about you?
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw you under the bus about
All right. Embodying
embodying
non.
non-judgment. Yeah.
I kind of have this I learned this from a friend of mine who has like she separated out in her mind the judgmental part of her and gave it a name, like a separate name.
I love it. Already you've got me hooked.
So, um, when I'm getting judgmental, I just address it by the name I gave it and just go, not nice. Stop that. And then that way it feels like I'm not being so harsh on me. I'm still being like the good, loving person I know I am, but that little piece of us, that we all
Yeah.
have it. We all have that judgment. And then, we could get into a whole conversation about the difference between judgment and discernment, right? So there's that whole thing. But if I'm just being Miss Judgy Pants,
Love
I call it out.
that.
I just call it out. And I just go, no, stop that.
That's a great technique. You're almost like
Yeah.
that parent giving tough love, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
That fraction
Because
of
I'm pretty
yourself.
sure that's my inner teenager that's being so judgmental. So,
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things our teenage years are responsible for in our
right?
adult life, isn't there? Yeah.
There sure is.
I mean,
Yeah.
the dress sense for one. I'm still dressing like I was, well, kind of, when I was in my late teens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
t-shirts.
Yeah. I love a good tee. I love
Oh yeah.
band t-shirts, as you know, and oh, a lot of time people have put that judgment. Why are you wearing that? That t-shirt, and yeah, because I like them. I like them. I feel comfortable. Feel me, and
Yeah.
yeah. Good
Yeah.
answer, by the way. I love that
Yeah.
technique of giving it a name and calling it out.
Yeah.
Say, stop it, behave.
Stop it. Behave yourself. Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so being a day maker, that can
Kindness.
often bring you peace, not just for yourself, but to those people
Mm-hmm.
around you. So let's dive deep with this, being a day
Yeah.
maker. Okay, we're not talking about playing God and telling
No.
people what to do, being a bossy britches.
That
Uh,
that is definitely not day making behavior.
no, no,
It's
it's
not.
not. No.
Yeah.
So kindness is key, isn't it? Where
It
we
really
can
is.
we can add to an experience and add value, positive value
Right.
to somebody's day, isn't it?
Right. And much like we can give ourselves grace, we can give other people grace too.
Yeah.
You know, we don't always know what other people are experiencing, what they're going through, or maybe why they're so not in a good place or why they're so snippy or cranky or whatever it is. We can just have some grace for that and think, maybe they just left a loved one at a hospital. Maybe
Yeah.
they just lost their job. Maybe, any number of situations could be happening that we are not aware of. But do we have to make somebody else's day worse just because they're already having a bad day? Absolutely not.
Mm.
We can be kind to people. We can be kind to people. And then I think of road rage, and like when I have anger issues, it's always when I'm behind the wheel.
Oh,
But
it's all coming out now.
oh, I've said that for years. That's where all my anger issues come out, is behind the wheel. All my darkness behind the wheel.
Is this where
But
you drop the F bomb?
oh
Beep,
yeah.
beep. Oh, it's
Yes.
coming out now.
Yes. That is where I drop the F bomb. But none of those other drivers can hear me. So
Well, they can see your lips moving and they know what you're
maybe,
saying.
maybe,
They
or
can
they're
see
just
the
going too
hand
fast.
gestures that you're making at them.
I don't do hand gestures. I don't do the hand gestures. Um, but there are times though that, when people are in a rush and they're in a hurry and you're feeling the urgency in that vehicle
Mm.
behind you. Maybe they're having a family emergency. Just get out of their way. Let
Yeah.
them go. If you can get out of their way, get out of their way and let them go. I do that all the time. I pull over and let people pass me because, first of all, I don't need their anxiety, right? So I don't want to absorb their anxiety because
Hmm.
they're pushing. And second of all, if they need to be somewhere, I don't know what's going on in their lives. Maybe their child just got injured. I don't know. Maybe they're just a jerk and they like to drive that way. That's not my problem either. Right? But that's not my problem. And I'm not
No.
going to absorb it. I'm not going
Yeah.
to absorb their anxiety because I'm not moving fast enough, you know? And I'm not saying I drive speed limit. I don't.
Oh, it's all
So
coming out now,
it's
isn't it?
all
You heard
coming
it
out
here
now,
first,
right?
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Look at this
But
rebel we've got with Kristina Bloom.
yeah, well, when you drive as many miles as I do, you're just kind of like, yeah, all right, I can cruise at 4 miles, 5 miles over. It's okay, right? I have seen police on the side of the road that will just watch a line of traffic go by at 10 miles over the speed limit. But as long as nobody's doing anything dangerous, they're not going to pull anybody over, you know? They're there to keep people safe. That's their job. So,
Wow.
you know,
Yeah, the UK slightly different with our traffic police. Oh,
yeah.
there's cameras left, right, and centre. If
Oh,
they
there's
don't see
cameras
you,
all over the place. Yeah.
yeah.
But, on the
Um,
open highway, they're just trying to keep people alive,
yeah.
at the higher speeds. But yeah, in municipalities and towns and whatever, yeah, there's traffic cameras all over the place, but it's still, you know, but our Google map has a thing where you can report when there's police in the area so other drivers
Oh,
know.
of course. Yeah, you have that. So they can see you dropping F bombs and doing hand
Yeah.
gestures when you're driving these cameras.
Yeah.
Smile,
That's
you're on
okay.
candid camera. So yeah, I think you made some really good points there. And also being a day maker, I like doing this. If there's a shop where there's a cashier, which
Hmm.
is getting pretty rare nowadays, and I don't like the self-service part of the shopping experience
Right.
anymore. So when there is somebody there serving you, I always like to inquire, how are you doing? Are you okay? Have you had a good day? And because
Yeah.
a lot, what I've noticed that, they're doing repetitive work and they should
Yeah.
be commended for it, because they're
Right.
they're doing a great job. And I often comment about that and make an inquiry about their day and, what are you doing after here? When do you finish? And
Hmm.
just to pull them out of that, oh, I've got another 4 hours to go doing this same job. And you can
Yeah.
see afterwards, having that interaction with them, that their energy has shifted. And the next customer that comes along, they've got a bit of banter about them. Oh, hello, are you all right, sir? And whereas before
Hmm.
they may have been, all right. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's no
Yeah.
energy
Yeah,
behind it.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So yeah.
There have been times too, like, and I don't do it all the time, but when I feel inspired, I tend to carry little things in my pockets, like little pocket angels or crystals or, just little things in my pockets. And um, by the way, that's why ladies like pockets, just saying. It's
Oh.
crystals. So
So
anyway,
when they say, "Are you pleased to see me?" or "Have you got something in your pocket?"
here's a crystal.
Yes. Is it really? Big
Hey
crystal.
now, PG show here.
Okay.
Um,
You're encouraging me.
I am yeah, I do that. But there have been times like when I can just tell that the cashier is having a rough day or whatever, and I'll just pull a little angel. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what they call the little angel statues or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's an angel, sometimes it's an animal, sometimes it's just a rock. But I will hand it to him and say, "This is for you. Have a nice day." And like their energy immediately shifts immediately, and they're all of a sudden excited and want to show their coworkers this little trinket. And
Yeah. It's
I
a
just
lovely
think,
gesture.
it doesn't take a lot to make someone's day, it doesn't, it really doesn't. Just like you said, a smile. How you doing? Anything interesting happening around here? And because I travel everywhere, I'm like, so where's a good place? Where, if you were going to go out to dinner tonight, where would you go? And just get them engaged. And I think
Definitely.
that is, yeah, that is
Yes.
definitely a really key thing. And not just with cashiers, but with other people too. Doesn't hurt to smile at somebody as long as you're not creepy about it, right?
I want
Yeah,
that.
yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
You may get what do they call it? 911 over there.
911, yeah,
Yeah.
or 999 in your case.
Yeah.
We think someone escaped from an insane asylum. Could you come pick them up, please?
Oh, it's not him again, is it? So also moving
Yeah.
slightly on, as we
Yeah.
know, being a day maker, sharing that love, that light, that peace, that serenity,
Hmm.
and you're continually doing this, it becomes second nature to you. You don't think about it anymore. It's just who you are. And with that being said, you glow differently. Your vibration is
Yes.
different as an individual.
Yeah.
You become magnetic to more things for you to be positive, peaceful, and grateful
Right.
for.
Right. And that's the same thing that works with manifesting,
It
you
is,
know?
yeah. Yeah, similar
Yeah.
principles.
And the principles that is manifesting, be in alignment with what you want. If you want to have a pleasant day, be pleasant. If you want to have a productive day, be productive. It's about getting back the energy that you're putting out, because energy flows all the time. And when you're in that space where you're happy and you're glowing and you're connected, people see it.
Definitely. And there's one example I could give you with that. When people are just into a relationship, a new relationship,
Hmm.
and they haven't told any of their family and friends, yet people comment and they say, "Are you all right today? You look a bit different. What's going on with you?"
Is it
And
like
they,
when your mom asked you, like, you smiling? Are you okay?
yeah, and they're asking you, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right."
Yeah.
No, there's something on you. You look different. There's something different about you.
Hmm.
They pick up on it, don't they?
They
Until they
do.
finally get it out of you.
Hmm.
All right then, yeah. And then you tell
Yeah.
them.
Right.
So yeah, being in love, in the vibration of love, obviously, it's
Yeah.
as you would call it, in a similar ballpark to peace. Would you say?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I think so. When we feel love also coming from other people, that helps us glow differently. So it's an exchange. It is just,
Mm,
sending love out. And that's one of my daily practices, is to just sit quietly for a few minutes and just send love out into the world. And even if no one else seems to receive it, I feel better for it.
yeah. Being that vessel of light. Yeah.
Hmm.
Beautiful. So with all this being said today, there's one massive word: trust.
Trust.
Trust in universal alignment, where you step out of the way. And this is going to be a hard word for me to say. When you release that urge to control, old bossy britches here, and you step out of the way. It's a lesson that I've had to learn this year. I think that has been the key lesson for me. When I spoke about the hospital and operation that I had to have, I just had to step out of the way. And whereas one time I would have said, no, I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want that. I had to trust and go with it. Because obviously the universe has a bigger understanding, a greater plan. It knows your soul path. And we get into a stage where we overanalyze and overthink. And we add 2 and 2 together and come up with 16. Whereas if we were just to relax in and to go within, relax, non-judgment, everything we've said, things start to show.
Are you saying that these 2 earth signs here have trouble doing that?
No. No.
That's pretty much what I heard.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You and me both, because we're both earth signs.
We are.
Right. So, yeah, but allowing that alignment and getting out of the way, that's tough sometimes.
Oh, definitely.
But also balancing that with understanding when it's universal alignment and when it's turning your power over to other people who are not invested in the consequences.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's, that can be a tough thing to suss out.
And also, we don't want people to misunderstand us by getting out of the way. It's not an excuse to sit down on your backside and do nothing and not make a choice or a decision. It's you actually coming into alignment with your truth. And sometimes you do need to do that, take a little bit of time out.
Right.
But you're not doing it because you can't be bothered with life. You're doing it because you're investing in life.
Yes.
And it is a very fine line. And for those people that are observing you sat down with your feet up, may often think, oh, well, you're not doing anything. This could be an excuse for those people that enjoy kicking back. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm getting myself into alignment. So we're giving someone a golden ticket with that phrase.
Yeah, there you go. Good point. Good point. Yeah, hadn't thought of that.
But yeah, trust is I want to say it is earned, it's not given. So it's a continual thing that you work upon, isn't it? Trust. Trust with yourself, the universe, situations, synchronicities. The universe always has a little message for you to tell you, actually, you're in alignment. And I'll give you a little example of that. I had something that happened to me today. Early this morning, went into the bathroom, doing the business, as you do. I sat there. I'm not going to spell it out to you.
TMI.
But my daughters, as you know, they use beauty products and all of this sort of thing. And my youngest was using some, they call them eyelash curlers. And they were just placed on a stall in the bathroom. Just, you know what ladies are like. They're like, oh, I've done with it. Woo, plonk it down, not put it away. But the way that it landed, and obviously you put both your fingers in there, don't you, in order to use them. And
right, like a scissors kind of.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, how they landed on the side, it was my initials. So there was G and B. It's like there's an extra part of the scissor where you put your thumb, you put your or you put your other finger in, and the way that was positioned, it spelled out GB. So to me, that was an amazing synchronicity. Obviously, my name's Glenn Boddice, so my initials GB, and I thought, oh, thank you very much. Oh, you are listening. You are, giving me that feedback. So again, universal energy is always dropping those little calling cards. Excellent. Even though it was early and I had to rub my eyes. Am I imagining that? How you see it and you're like, And then, yeah, it was there. So, yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. Amazing.
Amazing. I love how the universe just gives us these little gifts, you know, keep us going. Just give us those little gifts that keep us moving.
That's it, isn't it? Motivational tools.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Kristina, I've really enjoyed our conversation today. We've really got the shovels out and dug deep.
Yes, we did.
We gave a lot of really great examples and inspiration. And hopefully, those of you that have stayed on to the end of this journey, to the end of this episode, have
Yeah.
taken on board some of these suggestions that we've brought forward for you today. But this is a part where I'd like you, Kristina, to stand on the platform, shout from the rooftops how people can get in contact with you, make a booking with you, how they can
Okay.
see and appreciate your work.
Awesome. Yeah. Time for shameless self-promotion. I love that. All
Do
right.
it.
So, well, my website is KristinaBloom.com, and that's Kristina with a K and Bloom with two O's, in case anyone was wondering and listening and not watching. So there you can buy my books. I have 2 books available on my website, and you can book an appointment with me. You can sort of see my schedule. I'm still working with the calendar on that one. Some things are shifting in my personal life, so I'm shifting events around and doing some different things. You can request a class through my website by sending
Well,
me an email.
tell us more
I
about that.
A lot of the classes I teach are because someone requested them.
Okay.
Where someone says, "Hey, do you teach how to read Akashic records?" Why, yes, I do. Would you like me to schedule a class? So then I schedule a class, usually about 3 to 4 weeks out, and promote the class so that they can have classmates as well. So,
Okay. What else do you
and
teach? Just so people know.
oh, you want the whole list? I have a whole
Yeah.
list. I have a whole list, but I have to look it up. So hang on just a second because I don't remember everything off the top of my list. I teach
Sorry.
mediumship, I teach intuitive view, I teach all kinds of fun stuff. So here we go.
I took you out your stride then. I do apologize, but I'm just
Oh,
thinking
you're
people will be
fine.
curious to know what you teach because they'd love to be on
Yeah.
board, I'm sure.
Yeah, I do teach by request. I also do individual coaching if you're more comfortable having um, individual coaching. Let's see, that is schedule a reading. I'm on my own website on the phone.
I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes our
Yeah.
brain has too much to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just slips away, doesn't it? The details of
It
things.
does. It
Certainly
does.
does.
I was going to promote my retreat, but we filled it.
Whoa.
Yeah, the retreat is full. So, wow. I know that there is a page on my website that has classes on it. Go to
Yeah. Okay.
KristinaBloom.com and just kind of search around the website. It's probably under services. I didn't even think about that. Channeling, life explore. Oh, here we go. Past and other life exploration. I teach Akashic records, remote viewing by location, meet your spirit guide relationships, animal communication basics, trance channeling, mediumship, soul retrieval, tarot basics, animal spirit totems, aura reading, elementals, elemental magic, shamanic journey, astral and interdimensional travel, automatic writing, and universal laws and manifestation, in addition to my signature intuitive view class, which is also the book. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Exceptional. It sounds like you've got a university just under you with
Just
all of
right
those.
there. Yes, I just haven't registered as a university. Maybe I should do that.
Yeah. So if people want to learn with you and through you, they
Yeah.
simply go onto your website, do they?
Just
And
go onto my website. You can go under the services and look at my list of classes and then send me an email or, you can reach me through Messenger on Facebook, Kristina L. Bloom on Facebook. And yeah, there's lots of ways to reach me or catch up with me at an event. I'm at lots of events. So,
fantastic.
yeah,
Thank you, Kristina. And if I
thank
could
you.
do a shameless plug, So
please do.
Okay, so if anybody has enjoyed this conversation and they appreciate us as individuals, then you can book in with reading with myself. I also have books on my website. I also teach as well, and I do trance work as well, plus media work, as you're seeing right now. If you'd like either Kristina or myself to appear on your podcast or your radio show or anything, please get in touch. You can personally contact me by going to my website, www.glennboddicespiritualmedium.com. You can email me at glennboddice@live.co.uk, and it would be fascinating to hear from you and work with you. And like Kristina as well, I also teach online as well. Usually it's every Wednesday. And then I do 2 trance mediumship classes per month, every other Monday. So if you're interested in any of those things, then do drop me a message, and it will be an absolute pleasure to work with you and help you on your journey.
That would be amazing. And I think I forgot to mention, I offer readings as well.
How
Online,
could you forget about
over
that?
the phone, through email, whatever. Yeah, I offer readings as well. So
fantastic. And can I just say that Kristina is a fabulous reader, very evidential. She brings forward your loved ones as well, and the detail in the readings are exceptional, and it leaves you going away, like we've just said in today's episode, being at peace. Beautiful feeling. So I can highly recommend Kristina.
Thank you, and likewise, definitely.
Oh, you're very kind.
Glenn is an amazing reader. Very tuned in.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, we're going to leave it there for this episode. Yeah. It's been a pleasure to connect with you and share this subject with the listeners and the viewers. And we look forward to connecting again for the next episode of From Beyond with Glenn Boddice and Kristina Bloom in the near future. Take care, everybody. God bless.
Everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to From Beyond. For more information about what products and services Glenn provides, go to Glenn Boddice Spiritual Medium